Hey PBL, it's me again. I just wanted to do another quick video for you about writing a thesis statement. Just wanted to go back and show you. This will have what we're doing right now actually will have happened in step 2 and 3 here on Monday's agenda. So I hope you watched my first introductory video. I want to go over the changes in the research paper and just what to stay on track for with what made Maddy run. And then we're going to talk about writing a thesis statement. Okay. So really quickly here, as you see, you can click on the hyperlinks in your hyperdoc for your weekly lessons, but I trimmed the paper to 3 to 4 pages. That's 3 full pages, okay, not including the reference page. That is your first change. And then if you scroll down, you're going to see I cut the annotated bibliography. So instead of basically writing 3 mini paragraphs for each of your 8 sources, we're just going to list the sources. Okay, I'm sure you'll be happy about that. So that's really the biggest changes if you look, but you might want to read over this and review this again, just so you know where you're headed for your major paper for the unit, okay, and for your semester. All right, so if we go back here, let's talk about what made Maddy run really quickly. Let me pull this up. It's coming up here, and I'm going to zoom in because that's tiny. Okay, so if you could take a look at what's due here, I'd like to stay on track. So for next Monday, the 30th, I'd like you to have read chapter 4. Okay, be through chapter 4. I'm hoping midweek next week we can do a Google Meet where we check in with one another and possibly have our first Socratic seminar over the book, and it will look a lot different than a traditional Socratic seminar. Okay, so make sure you're caught up through chapter 4 for next Monday. And just a couple reminders as you're reading. Obviously, read the book. Write your minimum of 3 discussion questions at the end of each chapter. Not sure what this is going to look like. I might sneak one in there every now and then, but if we can do Google Meet and you can show me that you're reading, then that will be awesome, and I won't have to do the quizzes. Okay, I'm going to pause the video really quick just to shut my door here. Okay, I'm back. So that should be it for what made Maddy run. Okay, all right, let's go back to what you need to be focusing on for today, and that is writing your thesis statement. So at this point, you should have your research articles, your minimum of 8, read, annotated, really synthesized, thought about, taking that information and creating a question around that, a driving question that is going to turn into a statement for your paper. Okay, now if you look in your research paper, when I gave you that list of topic ideas and you took something, most of them were in the form of a question, but if they weren't, you can take your topic and make it into a question so that you can turn around and answer it in a thesis statement, okay? So when we're talking about thesis statements come at the end of the introductory paragraph. It is usually 1 sentence, but you can kind of cheat your way through that and combine 2 or more sentences with semicolons and conjunctive adverbs and commas. So just remember that it goes at the end of your introductory paragraph. It spells out your entire paper. It's really hard to write, and it can be changed by the end of the paper. It can always be shifting and being manipulated, but it's the most difficult thing to write because it's going to outline, or it's going to be the roadmap for your paper. So when you're thinking about your thesis statement, I'm going to jump over to this slide here. If you see that, I posted this video, which is more of like a literary analysis thesis statement, but it's still helpful. You can see here, I posted it on your week at a glance here to click on, okay? But the internet is magical. If you need help with thesis statements, you can find a video on it or look it up, or email me and ask me. I'll be checking all your thesis statements and giving you feedback, so no worries there, okay? But you need to create a question, all right? So if we're looking at the example questions here, in what ways do music therapy and art therapy help people with mental disorders? Okay, great question. If we were to change that into a thesis, all we're doing is TTQA, turning the question around. You could say music therapy and art therapy help people with mental disorders in ways such as blank, blank, and blank. And those three blanks, or those three claims or ideas, would be the body paragraphs for your paper. Okay, so let's do another one here. How does normal anxiety differ from mental illness? So your thesis statement, again, turn the question around. Normal anxiety differs from mental illness in ways such as blank, blank, and blank. Okay, and it can be, 3 is like the magic number, but it can be more than 3 ideas or claims that you're putting in there. So when you're writing a killer thesis statement, you want to answer the question. So if your topic doesn't have a question yet, create one so you can turn it around. You refine your answer. So even though I kind of gave you a general answer, you want to go deeper with that, and you want to focus with specific examples. Okay, when I said blank, blank, and blank, or A, B, and C, those are your specific deep answers that you can elaborate on with evidence in your body paragraphs. Okay, so again, go back to your topic. You might even want to go to the document. I'll try and hyperlink it in here of the topic list. You know what? Let's just look for it right now. Let's see if I can find it. Behavioral health topic. Hey, there it is. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me here. So I will link this. In, where should I put it? Topic. Woo. Topics. Document. I'll put it right here. Okay. You can see that. I could have totally paused the video right now. Sorry. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay, so whatever topic you picked, some of them are already questions, but make yours into a question. Look through your research to kind of synthesize those ideas about how to answer your question with a minimum of 3 specific claims, and then you'll go into that, okay? And again, I would watch this example video that I posted. Now I'm all over the place here. Where is it? Right in here where it says example video on writing a thesis statement. It's really good, okay? Another thing I want to go over with you is this hyperlink Google Doc that I put in here. I wonder how I am on my time. I don't have a little timer here. Okay, I'm back. So I want you to read over this. This is a document on writing a thesis statement too. And I won't read over it word for word, but it's just some things that I already said. It's a single sentence, or cheating with multiple sentences using semicolons and conjunctive adverbs and commas. It answers a question. It needs to be specific. What else do I have in here? Of course, you're going to type it in a document that you'll see later in the week so that I can give you feedback, and then we can all give each other feedback because it'll be a document that we all can access together. And then, of course, we would never say, I'm going to prove to you, or I'm going to answer this question. No I voice whatsoever, okay? It has to be objective. No I, me, my, you, we, our, us, and I'll go over all of that, okay? Use strong academic words. You want to sound professional, scholarly. And then you can read some of these examples that there's actually really good ones that are more informative, which your paper is more informative than it is argumentative, okay? And you can see how these examples shape into really good thesis statements, okay? So I'm gonna let you read over that on your own. Again, turn the question around, just like I showed you here. I'll give you another example just to kind of conclude here. Looking for questions. Oh, okay. Should students have less homework? Should there be a school policy on homework load? Students, and you can be specific in your thesis statement, K through 12 students in a public setting, if that's the route you want to go, whatever you gleaned from your research, but students should have less homework because it does this, it would help with this, and it would resolve this. Okay, your thesis can be that basic to start. We can always tweak it and manipulate it and perfect it together. Okay, should there be a school policy on homework load? All schools should have a school policy on homework load because of blank, blank, and blank. And these tend to be a little bit more argumentative, which is okay, where some of these are more informative. I know some of you are doing topics on perfectionism, sleep deprivation, okay? But you get the idea. Okay, I hope that was helpful. If it wasn't, reach out to me. I can give you more resources via email. We can communicate email. If for some reason we need to do a phone chat or a Google Hangout, totally up for that. Whatever you need, I'm here to help. Okay, guys, thanks.